Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turyatita, in your whole being and doing, manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained what is power manifestation. Power manifestation is a cognitive shift from what you understand as your reality from your body and the mind to the superconscious space, how you can exist as a superconscious without the thoughts. It is a science because it is possible for each one of us and it is repeatable. The science of power manifestation is supported by the evidences listed here. The Shastra Pramana, the scriptural evidences, eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, which are Vedas and the Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience and the results of the Aptas, who are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvars, Siddhas, millions of them who have manifested all the powers of Paramashiva, who are the authority of Hinduism. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience, Bhagavan's very own Leela to showcase how a human can have a superconscious breakthrough and exist without the thoughts, as thoughtless space, as enlightenment, as conscious sovereignty, as reality. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of the millions of disciple devotees all around the world manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, initiated by Bhagavan himself, Shaktipada and Shaktinipada. Bhagavan always has the sign power manifestation sessions immediately after the darshans, immediately after the satsangs, so that we start, each one of us individually have to experience the power manifestation, the superconscious breakthrough. Whatever we listen, whatever we see, it is still our perception. Unless each one of us experience the ultimate, it is the science to make us understand that greatest reality is possible for each one of us as a glimpse is science of power manifestation. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Be all over the world, they run behind the peace. Here, scientifically, just being in oneness with Paramashiva, manifesting these powers, simply it is measured as thoughtless space. Anywhere anyone has measured the balasans, the devotees, the disciples, Bhagavan himself clearly shows there is no thought activity in the brain. Again and again, it is such a beautiful space to experience that we can live as conscious sovereignty as our reality. Bhagavan beautifully has given the Shastra Pramana. The Shastra Pramanas are from the Veda Agamas. Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Vijnana is consciousness. Bhairava is one who experiences consciousness beyond the mind. And Tantra is the method. You experience the consciousness beyond the mind. Like we have methods in physics, maths, labs. Here the conscious lab also has the beautiful steps for us to understand the conscious sovereignty. Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Dharana 95.
Pramana for the power of consciousness over matter, silicon, is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 120, Dharana 95. क्वचिद् वस्तुनि विन्यस्य शनैर्दृष्टिं निवर्तयेत् तज्ज्ञानं चित्तसहितं देवी शून्यालयो भवेत् क्वचिद् वस्तुनि विन्यस्य शनैर्दृष्टिं निवर्तयेत् तज्ज्ञानं चित्तसहितं देवी शून्यालयो भवेत्.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 120, Dharana 95, Bhagavan Paramashiva says, having fixed one's eyes on a particular object, Vastu, one should slowly withdraw the sight from the object. That is the first step. As well as slowly eliminate the knowledge, second, of the object, along with the thoughts, third step, and impression, fourth, of that object. Once we do all these four, then, O Devi, one abides in Sunya, where there is nothing other than this exist, which is the state of all-inclusiveness or infinity. Shiva beautifully says, if you have a rose and you understand that it is a rose because you've been told by somebody, so the knowledge, remove the knowledge, and the object itself, remove from that idea that you are looking at a matter, object, and the thoughts about it, who gave you the rose, who taught you about a rose, all that drop it, and the impressions, that rose is very nice smell, nice texture, looks so bright red, all that drop everything. Then what that remains beyond these things? Bhagavan says conscious sovereignty as the reality. The moment we understand that everything exists as conscious sovereignty, as a quantum, as Paramashiva, everything is vibrating in different frequency. Bhagavan beautifully says, everything is vibrating in a frequency. All the atom, proton, neutron, everything is vibrating. The beautiful space, that vibration, reflects on the incompletion, the mind also, and the mind also, except it is just depleting all the energy from you constantly. That is why you get tired, bored. If it is not, like if you are in the quantum space continuously, it will not deplete from you and you will be in the space of oneness. Bhagavan beautifully says, Pasu, Pasa and Pati. How we are deluded continuously with this mind, bringing the thoughts again and again. And because the thoughts are bought, because of the attachment and engrossed in this delusion that we give importance to, even though the energy is got from our inner space, the ultimate oneness space, Bhagavan says, Arunachala, the ultimate space, that which remembers you. You do not have to remember it. You cannot forget it. You cannot remember it. But that which remembers you, the conscious sovereignty itself, when you stay in that space as your reality, that is everything that Paramashiva is manifesting. Everyone is Paramashiva who's manifested. Everything that is the prasada from Paramashiva. If we start living that higher consciousness, we are not depleted from the mind. But if we are not, we are engaged with our incompletion, the pasa, the attachment, and the pasu, that which is getting us, because of the attachment, more chaos and confusion, the delusion itself. How we can get rid of it is only by Shakti Pada and Shakti Nipada. When Pati comes, it disappears. Bhagavan beautifully says how the light comes in a room which is a cave for 10,000 years. Even 1 minute of the light comes in, the darkness disappears. Darkness cannot stay where light is. It has to disappear. Even though it can say, I had a 10,000 years of history, doesn't matter. It takes a minute for the light to enlighten that space. That is what Bhagavan says. The minute Guru comes in your inner space, he just removes all the attachment and all this. When you bring the ultimate Paramashiva, your Guru, as your inner space constantly, when you hold that, everything is forgotten and everything is disappeared in the whole conscious sovereignty. and there is no delusion, and you simply live in existential reality, the conscious sovereignty, as your reality. Bhagavan has beautifully explained and given us the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana are the greatest rishis, munis, ganas, nainamas, alvars, siddhas, all of them manifested from human being to conscious sovereignty. They lived in different yugas, so they could do different levels of tapas. Dhruva was a small young boy who wanted to live and rule the kingdom. And so his mother says, go and ask Vishnu for the blessing. So he goes and stands and calls Vishnu. He stops, first thing he stops is eating food. And he works on the body, as Bhagavan says. The more we detox our lower three chakras, we are able to reflect the consciousness in our brain exactly what it needs to do. It will start manifesting as reality. The detox is the greatest science Bhagavan has given us. When we detox the lower three chakra, more and more the cleaning happens. Even if we go to the restroom for a few minutes, we feel so relaxed and relieved. If we drop the ego, how much relieved we will feel. We are carrying for janmas and yuhas again and again in a different body and different identities. If we drop that, all he did was, through our first work on his body, dropping the food pattern, and the next week he started sleep pattern, because the food is the toxin which creates the sleep. It is not, sleep is recommended for people, that is a societal delusion. There is no sleep which is required. Then Lakshmana did not sleep for 14 years. Arjuna was a Kutakesha. What happened to them? They survived. They were normal people who survived. Same way, all the toxin that creates our sleep, which is only the toxin, lower three chakras, Bhagavan says, if you detox, do the nirahara, simply you will be beyond the sleep. And beautifully, Dhruva was able to do that beyond the sleep. And he didn't stop there. Because Vishnu did not come, he went to the next extreme state of stop breathing. And he was able to do that into the ultimate space of oneness with Vishnu. And he had only Vishnu as his thought and japa, and continuously staying there so intensely that Vishnu came, the loka started shivering because of the intense integrity that he is following, intense integrity, that ultimate integrity. So conscious sovereignty is the only life and only way I'm going to experience the ultimate. He was very clear about it. When the clarity happened, when the integrity happened, simply Vishnu happened for him and blessed him. And he was able to see Vishnu in his third eye, but he said, I want to see you in person. And he appeared in person. This is in from the Vishnu Purana, chapter 11. Beautifully describes how Dhruva did the tapas and became the greatest of his times. Even now there is Dhruva star, and even now we remember the greatness of Dhruva. Beautifully, let's listen to Bhagavan explaining what is the space of oneness, consciousness over matter, that he experienced with Arunagiri Yogeshwara.
When you have a consciousness which can command and execute something that is one with ultimate, so you are ultimate. I know now with this theory there will be 100 questions, doubts you may have. All that we can digest, grind, burn next. But the first click is right. That first click was so powerful. The words uttered were only two words. Sami. Then he showed through the gestures. Are you able to move the right hand? So I responded in the same way, gestures, not words. Yes, I can move. What is there? So just when this gesture, question, answer was going on, I could understand very clearly what he is trying to convey. If you have a consciousness which can command and make the matter, body is matter, make the matter obey, listen, you are carrying, which is ultimate. You are the consciousness, which is ultimate. Like something hit on my forehead. It was such an ecstasy, blossoming, flowering. I started laughing and he started laughing. At least next 10 minutes. It's like I felt, oh God, took Kadka Pudi and cleaned up the whole constipation. And all the incompletion went away. Become complete. If you had constipation for 1 week and had Kadka Pudi and cleansed, came and lie down on the bed, how you feel? Exactly. Oh God. Yes. If I have something which has a power to will and command and make the matter obey, then I have a consciousness which is ultimate. From that click, started manifesting powerful cognitions. If this consciousness can move these hands, why not the air next to the hands? Why not the stone next to the air? Why not the hill next to the stone? The powerful cognitions have started manifesting. And the powerful cognitions have brought understanding, knowledge, powers, all rooted, centered on this one click. Listen. I can only reenact. I cannot tell what happened. I can only reenact. He showed the gesture like a, are you able to move your hands? That's exactly. In my inner space, I can immediately understand the gesture and respond. Why not? See? In this interaction itself, my mind is searching. What is he trying to teach through this interaction? What is he trying to insert into me by this gesture? I started looking for, yes, he is asking, can you move your hand? And I am saying, yes, I can. What is the problem? What is he trying to convey through this? I can see very clearly the next understanding coming to me. So, commanding, and the commanded is obeying. The will is acting on the matter, being established in the consciousness. Then what? I was looking into his eyes. I can still remember that casual, sweet, most simple way of giving initiation into the most complicated truth, Advaita.
Let's go to the Shakshi Pramana.
Beautifully, the devotee is showing how they manifested the power consciousness over matter blindfolded. Now the coconut is going to move upward and then roll out of the hand. If you can see, the hand is pretty straight. It is moving upward, and that's the right way to move. And they have put Jnananjan on the coconut also. So then it falls down. That's the exact way the coconut should move out of your hand. Now we can do the same thing. You can have coconut or any other object also perfectly fine. That's fine. If you have the Kantamala, Jnananjan, you can apply in your third eye and your temples. And if you can record it like this, you can share it with the world. And if you want to place it on the silicon, make sure the silicon is switched off. And if you want to keep it on the flat surface on the ground, that's okay. But make sure there is no slant on the surface or the silicon. Make sure everything is very flat and there is no way it can move. If you want to tie your eyes with the eye band that no light enters, that's also beautiful. You can tie the eyes and do the power through the third eye. Now, if you want to do it in your hand or in your partner's hand, that is also wonderful. If you can do it on others' hand, the consciousness over matter is not just moving a coconut. We can all move a coconut. What is there? But it removes whatever you're stuck within. If you can move in your hand, if you can move in others' hand, whoever you're moving the coconut on their hand, simply moves them out of the incompletion between you and them. It's a very powerful space that we can experience. Any business, anywhere, if you're stuck, moving this consciousness over matter simply will move the business, move out of so much of incompletion that you hold in different dimensions and simply manifest as powers. Each of these powers literally translate to your outer world and manifest auspiciousness and abundance. It is not just moving a coconut. It is just a glimpse into the ultimate consciousness, conscious sovereignty as your reality. Knowing that even a glimpse could make this, then what happens if you reside in that as eternal, as much as you can to start with, and Bhagwan blesses you as eternally living at the lotus feet of Bhagwan. Now let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line and continuously visualize Paramashiva in your third eye. Whatever Bhagwan's gesture, Bhagwan's words, Bhagwan's beautiful smile, and all that he had given blessings, the initiation, Shakti Pada, Shakti Nipada, hold that in your third eye, an absolute unclutching from your thoughts. No thoughts, even thoughts are coming, again and again unclutch. The thoughts are coming, again unclutch. And clearly, very clearly define, I do not have thoughts when I go to sleep. I can unclutch and go to sleep. Same way, I can unclutch and experience the Turiya state. As we are in Turiya state, Bhagwan pulls us into the Turiya Tita state. He himself is there in the power manifestation session to manifest all the reality. And that is the Thyaga that we can experience. Holding the Bhava, sitting straight and chanting the Mahavakya, entangling with Bhagwan continuously, chanting and listening to the Ajapa Japa, and creating a space of oneness where you forget your body and the mind and merge into the Pati itself, the consciousness, superconsciousness, Paramashiva, who you are, the existential reality. Go on getting consumed by that space of awareness. Simply at the end of it, you will be just awareness of witness of the power manifestation. Not only here moving the coconut, but you will see in your life so many things just moving because the perception changes from the outer world to inner space, even as a glimpse. It will do so much of auspiciousness and abundance. Simply you will be addicted to be in the space of oneness with Paramashiva. Let's experience that by sitting straight, chanting the Mahavakya now with a deep intensity and deep listening.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour Let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour. Let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour. Let the Varni open up.
Paramashivoham,
Manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva.
So beautiful. If you have met the prasada, the power of Paramashiva, please go ahead and start sharing in the social media you have. You can post the pictures, you can say how you experience the oneness with Paramashiva. Each of the time when you start sharing, you start seeing the depth in you, the joy in you that you are Paramashiva. Again and again, holding that you are Paramashiva, seeing everybody as Paramashiva is the ultimate gift that we can experience the oneness with Paramashiva. Now we'll have one more cycle. Surrender all your thoughts, whatever your struggle is, whatever you have. Again and again, Bhagavan is giving this beautiful opportunity for each one of us to manifest the ultimate reality. Let's realize that from 80 million species that are there, and we are taken the birth of the human being, and we are 8 billion people. We are right here, right now, experiencing the oneness with Paramashiva. What a blessing that could be. And without the blessing, we can't be here. Because of the blessing that we are Paramashiva, we are here. 8-year-old Adi Shankara, when he went to his guru, the first thing he introduced himself as I am Paramashiva. Even as an 8-year-old, he was very clear that he is Paramashiva. Holding that as the cognition again and again and celebrating that and sharing that with everybody, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva again and again, understanding the very core, who and how you exist is because of Paramashiva. Whether you manifest or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you accept it or not, you are Paramashiva, Bhagavan beautifully says, again and again, makes us understand, hey, we are Paramashiva. The manifestation is simply happening without the thoughts. We can experience the oneness as the reality. So again, let's have one more beautiful cycle. Let's get into the deep meditation and forgetting your body, forgetting your mind, just chanting the Maha Vakya till it becomes Ajaba Ajaba. Ajaba Ajaba is the sound which you hear from within the Maha Vakya. Till that, go on chanting, go on residing in Paramashiva, his lotus feet. He himself has come down, Shiva himself has come down as our Guru. What an ultimate gift that we have. Just reside in him and merge with him and simply see your reality will be his auspiciousness, Shiva's auspiciousness and Shiva's abundance as your reality. Let's experience the oneness with Paramashiva and manifest the power of consciousness over matter. Let's start the second cycle.
The powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour,
Paramashivoham,
let the Varni open up,
Paramashivoham,
manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye
manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So beautiful. Whatever prasada we have received, please go ahead and share it with the world. Again and again, we ask you to share is because when you type it and when you celebrate it, that is when you start manifesting more powers more stably every time. The whole science of our manifestation is sharing, is causing and enriching. Extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. Go ahead and share with the world how you experience the powerful cognition, power manifestation, and your beautiful clicks. You can share it in one line. You can take just 5 minutes of your time to share it with the world. You can share it in tinyurl.com/power manifestation or in your social media websites and tag it to your friends and families. And simply you will see after a few times, they will start also coming for the satsang, darshan, and all the initiations. If you see a $sign at the end of the YouTube, you can offer your contribution to Kailasha. Again and again, we remind you that is the greatest contribution, greatest gift that you can give it to the at the Guru's lotus feet to Kailasha, more and more, building your Kailasha in your inner space. Thanking Bhagwan for all the greatest cognitions and power manifestations. Surrender everything to Bhagwan's lotus feet. Again and again, remember, I am Paramashiva, that becoming our existential reality. We becoming the Pati itself, the Pasu and Pasa is disappeared in the Pati when the Pati becomes the reality. The conscious sovereignty as our reality is the existential reality that we are earning for. Hold that powerful cognition and surrender to Bhagwan's lotus feet, thanking Bhagwan. And thanking all of you, hundreds of you who are here, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. Each one of you are blessed. Just do an Anga Pradakshina of yourself. Go around yourself and bless yourself for being here to receive the prasada. Thank you. And let's end with this session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much and see you again after the next satsang, next darshan. At 6 p.m. we'll have it in the Zoom session. You can join there for next power manifestation.